So today we're going to go over the American Eagle meat tenderizer attachment and just some tips and tricks to make sure that you can keep the tenderizer running smoothly and increase the longevity of the parts and everything. So we got a tenderizer fully taken apart. One quick thing is before putting together the tenderizer and putting it on the motor is to very carefully inspect the shaft protectors that are installed. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. These shaft protectors are very important to keep the shaft running smoothly inside the housing. So it's very important to make sure that the protectors are able to spin freely, like so, that the snap ring is not caught, or this nut is not loosened or anything. Just that everything needs to be tightened pretty well, and the protector is a wear item that needs to be inspected regularly to make sure that it's not burning down improperly. You can see here on the other shaft here, it's also spinning pretty freely as well. So now that we've gotten that inspection out of the way, I'm going to just go ahead and start putting it in. And the important thing at this stage is to then test it at each stage of assembly and make sure that you can turn the shafts by hand freely and that none of the blades are intersecting or touching or bent or damaged. Any physical damage should be corrected or fixed before continuing. So then the next step is to put the housing together on top, and same thing, just going to test it one more time. And if you look in the front here, just make sure that the shafts are in fact spinning freely inside the shaft protectors. So if the shaft protector itself is caught and it's spinning against the housing and getting caught in the housing itself, that will cause premature wear. So if we go back to the previous step, just that problem should be avoided if you're able to spin the shaft protectors freely. So after putting the top housing on, now it's time to install the combs. And the important thing is to make sure that the combs go through the center, of the tenderizer, like so. It's easy to insert it like this, and then you're actually inserting it to the outside of the housing, and that's no good. So you want to make sure that the combs go through the center, through and through. It's to help prevent the meat from getting stuck between the blades. So the second comb, do the same thing. And this time, again, just to reiterate, like you're passing the comb through the center of the shaft, like so. So once you're done, the combs really should be sitting freely. And again, you can test it by hand to make sure that the blades are not rubbing against the combs. This sounds pretty good. So there's no unusual rubbing or touching. And then you can just put the knobs on and make sure that everything is put together correctly. And now the tenderizer is ready to be installed onto the motor after it's been fully assembled. Thank you for watching.